This is a story about a beast tamer who was rejected by his companions because he was considered not useful to their group. One day, Rain was summoned by his other group members to inform him that he was being removed from the group. He could not believe it and thought that they were just joking. His only job in the group was to carry equipment and point out his companions' targets by commanding the animals or monsters to follow him. What he did not know was his companions did not appreciate his efforts because, for them, he was still useless and a burden during the fights. But for the children, he had an amazing ability as a beast tamer, and they wanted to become like him someday. One day, he decided to join the guild and become an adventurer. And before becoming a full-fledged adventurer, he must pass 2 types of tests. The first was to kill 10 goblins, and the second was to obtain medicinal herbs. But due to his ability as a lowly beast tamer, the guild was worried about him if he could handle the tests on his own. Using his ability, he commanded other animals to help him find the goblins. Because of this, he easily found them and quickly completed the first mission. Suddenly, he heard a woman scream. He quickly went to her location and saw a huge tiger about to attack the woman. He did not hesitate to attack the big tiger and stabbed it, but his dagger just broke. Then he told the girl to run while the monster's attention was on him. But instead of running away, he was surprised to see the woman suddenly attack the huge creature. And she was able to defeat it with just one attack. When he had a closer look at her, he immediately noticed that this woman was a cat spirit, which was one of the rare creatures to find. The cat spirit introduced herself as Kanade, and while walking around, they talked about themselves. Kanade told him that she decided to travel because she was bored in their village, while Rain told her that he was currently taking the tests, which he needed to pass to become a full-fledged adventurer. He also mentioned to her that he used to be in a group of recognized heroes, but he was kicked out because he was said to be weak and just a lowly beast tamer. But for Kanade, it was better that he was removed from the group because she could feel that nothing good would happen to him if he stayed with them. Kanade also believed that Rain's abilities were rare. She added that even she, who was a cat spirit, might be able to be tamed by Rain. He was actually not even expecting that he could do it, but Kanade asked him, and Rain tried to use his ability to tame her, and he successfully did it. At that point, Kanade became one of his familiars, and they agreed to help each other. Then Rain continued his mission, and to Kanade's surprise, Rain tamed all the rabbits they found at the same time. What she knew about a normal beast tamer was that they could only tame one, but Rain did it on numerous rabbits. Another thing that surprised Kanade was that Rain could still able to tame others even though she was currently being tamed by him. But Rain said that it was not a big deal to him, but Kanade said that it was impossible, and she had never heard of anyone doing what he did. When Rain completed the requirements for his test, he immediately returned to the guild. He passed the tests and he became a full-fledged adventurer. He was also given a reward, but it was just a small amount, and he knew that it would not be enough for him to rent a place to live. So he and Kanade decided to take another mission right away so they could save up more money. Suddenly, they were approached by another adventurer. When he found out that Rain was just a beast tamer and tamed a cat spirit, he laughed at him. He did not believe that Rain could do this to a cat spirit. That's why he challenged Rain to an arm wrestling and wanted Kanade to be the prize if he went against him. Rain was thinking that if he refused this challenge, Kanade might be in danger in the next few days because he knew that this person would definitely not stop bothering her. That's why he agreed to his challenge, and when they started, Rain quickly defeated the guy. Rain could not believe he had won while the man was still writhing in pain. He wondered how this happened, so Kanade informed him that it was from her cat spirit power because there was a contract between the two of them. After that, they continued their journey to finish their mission. While gathering herbs, Kanade suddenly heard someone shouting. It turned out to be the well-known group called the Fangs, who was bullying an old man. Rain did not hesitate to help the old man and immediately rushed to the group and beat the members. Kanade helped the old man but was worried about Rain because there were many opponents that he needed to defeat. While she was watching him, she felt strange, and her heart beat faster. When he defeated all the enemies, Kanade's face was still blushing. Since the group was known in the area, the old man was worried that the other members would come after them to take their revenge. So Rain decided to find the hideout of the Fangs to make sure that this group would no longer target weak people. Though unsure where to start, they started looking for the enemies. Kanade was worried because they might face a lot of its members. After a while, they found the hideout of the Aben Fangs with the help of the animals that Rain tamed. So Rain told her the plan he came up with in order to defeat the Aben Fangs. He said that he would use a type of bee which could be very useful because it had the ability to paralyze anyone who would be stung by it for 12 hours. Kanade asked again, since Rain was a beast tamer, why could he still tame a kind of insect? Then Rain answered that he underwent training in their place, but he was not yet skilled in doing it. He ordered Kanade to return to the guild to ask for help from other adventurers as well as the soldiers. Meanwhile, the two former female groupmates of Rain were out of breath after escaping from something. They failed to carry out their mission because they encountered a group of bandits. They were with a man who was also a beast tamer, but he was useless to them. They wanted him to tame a lot of animals so it would be easy for them to know the safe place to go, just like what Rain did before. The beast tamer told them that it was impossible for him to do what they wanted. He added that if a beast tamer tried to tame 2 or more creatures, his body would weaken. The girls thought of Rain and wondered how he could do this impossible thing. Then they started to threaten the beast tamer that no one should know that they failed in the mission, or else he would be in danger. They did not want their group's reputation to be destroyed, so they asked the guy to take all the blame for their failed mission. On the other hand, Rain started to attack the hideout of the enemies with the bees. The Aben Fang members were not able to defend themselves after this unexpected attack. A few moments later, Kanade's help arrived, and they immediately arrested the members of Aben Fangs. Suddenly, they felt an earthquake and also heard a strange sound. They saw the 3 monsters emerge from darkness, and these were the king lizards. They wondered why the C-rank monsters were lurking in the area. These monsters attacked them, but Rain and Kanade quickly defeated these creatures. Since the capture of the Aben Fang members, Rain was given a promotion and got a big reward. Because of this, they were able to buy the food they wanted and were able to rent a place to live. Rain was so lucky that day that even Kanade would also stay in the same room. He even pretended to leave for he did not want Kanade to be uncomfortable, but deep inside, he wanted to stay there too. The next day, they returned to the guild to take another mission. The receptionist recommended them a mission that was suitable for his rank and could help Rain's promotion. Rain did not think twice and took the mission immediately when he heard that there was a big reward on it. Then they immediately went to the location to start their job. When they arrived at the place, Kanade saw a red dragon flying above. When this dragon noticed them, it immediately came down. Then, this dragon transformed into a woman and challenged them to fight her. It turned out that this was the person they were looking for who caused trouble on this bridge named Tanya. She said that she wanted to fight, though she could encounter those who were strong as part of her training. Since Rain and Kanade knew that it was also part of their mission, they accepted the challenge of Tanya. Then their fight started, and Tanya immediately attacked Rain. When Tanya spit fire on them, Kanade got angry when her tail caught fire, so she also attacked Tanya. Both were equally good at fighting, and Rain wanted to make the most of the opportunity, so he tried to attack Tanya from behind. But Tanya stopped him and caught both of them, then threw them in the air. Tanya attacked them with her fire. Fortunately, they avoided it. Suddenly, Rain thought of a better way to defeat Tanya. Then he begged Kanade to fight Tanya for at least 3 minutes while he was completing his plan. It only took a few moments for Rain to see the thing that would complete his plan. He tamed a group of birds and commanded them to attack Tanya, but she just shooed the birds away. Tanya thought that what the birds did to her had no effect, but after a while, she suddenly collapsed and could not move. Rain told her that these birds carried poison that even a dragon would be affected by. Because of this, Tanya decided to give up. Then Rain offered her to join them, and Tanya immediately agreed. When they returned to the guild, Rain felt lucky to have 2 women with him, but it turned out that the new girl seemed to be giving him a headache. Tanya also wanted to have a contract with Rain like Kanade. Rain agreed, and they did it successfully. At this point, Rain was holding not 1 but 2 powerful creatures. Aside from that, he also had these 2 in the same room. The next day, they started working again. This was the first time the 3 of them were working together, and they were given a task to remove slimes in this job. But they did not find many slimes in the area, so Rain thought that he would search from above. Then, he summoned a bird and tried to transfer himself into the bird's body. When he did this, His real body also lost consciousness at the same time. The girls got worried, but Kanade was surprised when the bird started to speak. They could not believe that Rain had been transferred to the bird's body. It turned out to be one of the characteristics of a beast tamer. The two were amazed that even this kind of thing could be done by him. After a while, Rain successfully found a lot of slime in a certain area. Before they all attacked the slimes, Tanya asked Rain to attack first using the fireball that he learned. When he tried it, he was surprised by how strong it was and that it eliminated lots of slimes. So Tanya explained why that happened. She said that if Kanade's ability could give Rain physical strength from the cat spirit, her ability was what gave Rain strength when it comes to magic from the dragonoids. And this made Rain create a super strong fireball because it was the second strongest magical power. Because of this, he asked Tanya to teach him how to properly use the magic, and he practiced this on the slimes. After they ate, Tanya asked Rain how he learned beast taming. So he answered that almost everyone who was living in their village were beast tamers. Even his parents were both beast tamers too. He said that their place was not known, but they were happy living there. Unfortunately, they also found out that the village of Rain was also gone. Knowing this, Kanade realized why Rain was not hesitating to help others. It seems that Rain did not want others to experience the worst things that he experienced in life. The next day, they fought the monsters that belonged to the rank. Tanya was suddenly attacked from behind by the monster. Unfortunately, Rain blocked it, but he was injured. Rain recovered quickly from it, but Tanya felt guilty about what happened. They went back to the guild, and when Rain came out, he wondered why Tanya was not there. While Tanya was alone on the bridge, she thought about Rain's advice to them to be careful. She did not listen to him because she was complacent about her strength. Rain suddenly came to her, and Tanya apologized for what happened. After that, while they were walking, they encountered Rain's former companions. Rain wanted to avoid them, but Arios, the hero, continued to speak badly of him. When Tanya answered for Rain, Arios was surprised by what he noticed on them. They could not believe that Rain was with a cat spirit and a dragonoid. They even thought that Rain was serving the two as their slave, but Kanade answered them and said that they were the ones who were serving Rain. They knew that they were targeting him and the group wanted to take him back and bring him to where they were going. They were able to make Rain agree to this because they said that there was something that they needed to get in order to defeat the Demon King in case he invaded the world. They knew that Rain would agree to come to them when the world and people were on the line. But Tanya and Kanade did not agree to this unless they knelt before Rain to apologize for what they had done to him. Before the four of them got angry at this, Arios approached Rain to command him to reprimand Tanya and Kanade. When Arios belittled them, Rain lost his patience and suddenly punched Arios in the face. Because of this, Arios challenged Rain to fight with them, which Rain immediately accepted. Kanade's opponent was the Bald Knight, while Tanya was against the two women, and Rain was against Arios. Kanade and the Bald Knight started to fight. The Bald Knight thought that Kanade had released everything she had, and he was about to try to show all his strength as well. But Kanade mentioned that she could probably release even half of her strength. When he heard this, he began to tremble in fear. Kanade suddenly rushed and kicked the Bald Knight, who immediately fainted. Tanya and the two women also started fighting. The two girls attacked at the same time, but Tanya just flicked them away as if she was flicking small flies. Tanya just laughed at them, which made the opponents angry. The two had not given up yet and they attacked her once again. Tanya just repeated what she did on their attacks. No matter what attack they did, it could not even hit Tanya. They did the attacks over again, but those were of no use. So Tanya decided to attack them when the huge rocks were approaching the two. Tanya stopped her attack, but it was too late because their souls seemed to have separated from them, and the two lost consciousness. When Rain and Arios' fight started, Rain realized that what he expected to be a difficult fight because his opponent was a hero seemed not a very strong opponent, unlike when he fought against Tanya. Rain stopped his attacks and punched Arios in the stomach. Arios could not believe how strong the punches were. All of Rain's punches were extremely powerful, and Arios' sword could not even hit him. Since they've been together for a long time, Rain already knew how Arios fought until Rain's kick hit his opponent. Arios suddenly used magic, and Rain fought him with it too. When Arios rushed to attack Rain again, he suddenly stopped and could not move. It turned out that Rain used a poisonous bee, and Arios begged in fear. Just like the two women who were with Arios, his soul seemed to have left his body, even though he had not been hit yet by Rain's attack. After Arios' group was defeated in the fight, they also apologized to Rain. Then, they talked about the Shield of Truth that they intended to take from the Lost Woods. Rain's group decided that they were the ones to look for it, and they immediately headed to the Lost Woods. Because they were having difficulty finding the right way, Rain used the bird again to look for the path from above. When he saw the road, he immediately returned to his body, and they started walking again. But just like what happened to the group of Arios, they were just going in circles and could not find the right way. Though confused, they still believed that they were on the right path. Because of this, Tanya used her power to investigate their way. They continued walking until they saw a tree which, according to Tanya, was using illusionary magic. And those affected by this magic cannot leave the same place. Tanya ordered Kanade to destroy this tree, and when she was about to do it, they heard a voice that wanted them to leave the place. Suddenly, a fairy similar to Kanade and Tanya appeared. She was also a rare creature that had not been seen by people for 200 years. It was because they considered humans to be their mortal enemies due to humans' cruelty on nature and deforestation. Rain wanted to talk to the fairy, but she kept saying that they needed to leave the forest. The fairy was about to attack them, so they immediately ran away. Tanya and Kanade planned on how they would destroy the tree, but Rain still wanted to talk to the fairy first. They went back to the tree, and Rain tried to talk to the fairy again. The fairy was about to attack Rain when he told her that it was fine if she wanted to attack him if this was the way for her to trust him. Rain allowed her to do what she wanted as long as she would not hurt Kanade and Tanya. The fairy attacked Rain, but she was surprised when he just accepted it, though he was hurt. When the fairy tried to attack him again, Kanade and Tanya blocked it, and they told the fairy that Rain was not the kind of person she was thinking. The fairy approached Rain, who introduced herself as Sora, and agreed to talk to them. Rain told her about their mission, but a barrier was preventing them from entering the area. Then they learned that it was Sora who made this barrier, and she could not remove it because behind it was the abode of the fairies. They also learned that the fairies were the ones protecting the shield that they were looking for. But since they could not get past the barrier to get it, Sora decided to get it and give it to them. When they were about to leave, she came back because she felt something was bothering Sora. Sora hesitated to tell this to Rain, but because of Kanade and Tanya's encouragement, she was forced to tell Rain about her problem. Sora informed them that she had a twin sister named Runa. The two of them were assigned to maintain the barrier in the Lost Woods, but one day, they both decided to leave their vigil for a while. Until they encountered a monstrous disciple of the Demon King, they tried to go back, but they were chased, so they were forced to fight it. But they could not defeat it, and the monster captured Runa. It turned out to be the Shadow Knight, and Rain told them that it could not be defeated by fairies' magic, and only physical attacks could affect it. Sora added that this monster wanted her to remove the barrier in exchange for Runa's life. She immediately went to their leader to ask for help, but he just told her to leave Runa behind. This was the consequence of their temporary departure from their post, but fortunately, their place was safe from intruders. She said, while crying, that she understood their leader, but she could not just leave her sister alone. After hearing this, Rain promised Sora that they would save her sister. Sora said that before it got dark, she must remove the barrier, otherwise, the Shadow Knight would kill Runa. They immediately decided to go to the Shadow Knight's location and left Sora because the Shadow Knight might think that she had no intention of following his demand. When they saw him with Runa, they immediately attacked him. Even when he was using the physical strength from Kanade, they still could not bring him down. The Shadow Knight immediately found out that Sora was the one who was behind the attack. So, its attention turned to Runa to kill her. Fortunately, his attack was blocked by Tanya. She immediately released Runa from her chains, and they left the place while Rain and Kanade fought the Shadow Knight out of anger. The Shadow Knight unleashed a powerful attack. Rain ordered the bees to attack the Shadow Knight, and using his contract with Kanade, he ordered her to strengthen herself. Kanade immediately felt herself getting stronger. While the Shadow Knight was still busy with the bees, Kanade immediately attacked it with a strong punch that pierced its stomach and made it disappear. When Runa woke up, they also returned to Sora. The twin informed them that they had to leave their place after what happened. They were worried because they did not know much about the outside world, so Kanade offered them to come with them. They agreed, and according to the twin, just like Kanade and Tanya, they also needed to have a contract with Rain. They immediately tried to do it with Rain, and they were successful. When Rain returned to the group of Arios to give the Shield of Truth, they were surprised because it was just 2 days ago since Rain left to find the shield, and he got it easily. Arios told him that they had searched for more than a week and could not even find it. As Rain was leaving, the bald knight asked him if he still wanted to return to the group. Rain rejected it right away because he said that he was already with those who really cared about him and made him happy. After that, they went to a weapon shop owned by a dwarf so Rain could buy a weapon that he could use. Suddenly, someone came in who was also looking for a weapon, and since he had a lot of money, he wanted the best that the shop owner could recommend to him. The owner took out a beautiful sword which the buyer liked and left the shop satisfied with the weapon he bought. Rain asked the owner if it was really the best weapon in the shop. Rain added that even the other weapons displayed in the store were similar based on his observation as he looked into them. The owner suddenly laughed and was amazed at him because Rain's eyes noticed it. He asked Rain why he immediately knew the quality of the weapons that he was selling. Then Rain answered that it might be because he was a beast tamer and he was used to observing anything, especially those he wanted to tame. The owner decided to make him a special weapon, but the problem was that he no longer had a material called mithril, which was the primary material to make it. So the owner, who introduced himself as Gantz, made a request to the guild and told them to do the mission in order for them to obtain this material. When they arrived at the cave where the mithril could be found, they saw a bird that seemed to be acting strange. 2 men came out from the cave, so they were forced to put them to sleep. Using the power of Sora and Runa, they saw the contents of these men's memories. The twins saw the people stealing mithril and how they were taking it out of the cave. Before they entered the cave, Rain had a hunch that there might be a beast tamer inside because he noticed a bird acting differently. He knew that it was possible that the thieves already knew that they were outside and were watching them using this bird. When they entered, they faced and easily defeated the other thieves, except for the beast tamer who was with them. The beast tamer released the beast he commanded to fight against the group of Rain. Due to the monster's strong attacks, Rain was worried that the cave might not be able to handle it, so he ordered the girls out with the other thieves. Kanade returned to help Rain, and they planned on how to defeat the beast tamer. While Rain was fighting the beast, Kanade grabbed the beast's tamer. Rain took this opportunity to use his power and take control of the beast. Rain succeeded in this, but the beast tamer was still trying to command the beast. The beast went wild and was about to attack the beast tamer, so Rain was forced to kill it in order to save him. All the thieves they talked to said that they just wanted to take their revenge on Gantz for giving low-class weapons that they bought from his shop. They wanted him to never make any more weapons. Gantz understood this immediately and accepted his mistake. Because of what Rain said, he promised to treat his customers equally and to improve his work even more. While they waited for the weapon that Gantz would make for him, they rested and ate first. On the other hand, Ariel's group was still looking for a beast tamer to join them, but they could not find one because everyone who entered did not pass Ariel's qualifications. Nina noticed that Ariel seemed to be too strict in the selection, even though for her, there were many who applied that were capable enough to do the job they were looking for as a beast tamer and to support their mission. When Nina came out of the room, Arios took out the ring that he was going to use to kill Rain. The next day, when Rain went to the guild, he learned of the severe punishment imposed on the mithril thieves. Rain did not like it, but there was nothing he could do about it. While Kanade and Tanya were still asleep, Rain took Sora and Runa for a walk. While walking back to where they were staying, a man approached them and asked for the names of the twin fairies. When the twins answered, the man immediately decided that he wanted to be with the twins. This man introduced himself as Edgar, the son of the leader who ruled the area. Because the twins did not agree to what Edgar wanted, he ordered his soldiers to surround Rain and the twins. He wanted to take the twins forcefully, so Rain did not hesitate to protect the girls. Because they could not defeat Rain, they took everyone around them as hostages. Rain was hesitant to save any of them because he knew that the others would be in danger. While thinking of a way, he suddenly felt a new kind of magic. Then he created several fireballs and immediately targeted Edgar's companions. He also pointed the sword at Edgar and sent him out of the place. The people he saved approached him and thanked him. When they got home, they talked about what happened. The twins said that the strong magic came from Tanya and from their power, which made Rain able to control it well. They also heard from the citizens that the encounter they had was worse because it was rumored that Edgar was taking women and locking them up in the mansion. While his father was using his position to silence the victims, Rain was thinking of helping the citizens to solve this problem. But it also made him think that he was not a hero, and that Sora and Runa might be in danger. So it would be better if they just left the town. Kanade immediately read what Rain was thinking, and together with Tanya and the twins, they did not agree to leave the town without solving the problems of the citizens. They knew that this was what Rain wanted to do, so they decided to stay to solve this problem. On the other hand, Edgar ordered Gillette, a high official of the Order of Knights, to fix the mess he made and investigate Rain as well. When Gillette left, he rang the little bell and a fox-like girl entered. Edgar pulled and stomped on her body while the little girl could not do anything but cry. The next day, they went to the Order of Knights to request an investigation into the alleged violence that Edgar was committing. The woman was surprised by what she heard, and the Order of Knights came to tell them that it was no longer necessary because it was just a small mess. Since there was nothing they could do at that moment, they decided to leave first. They were convinced that they were the ones helping Edgar easily escape all of his cases. Suddenly, a member of the Order of Knights approached them, who introduced herself as Stella, the second leader of the Order of Knights. She said that she wanted to work with Rain to punish the town leader for its bad deeds. Rain thought twice because it might just be a trap for them, but Kanade was convinced that she could not see any problem with Stella, so Rain also agreed to what she offered. Since the majority of the Order of Knights had become subservient to the wishes of the leader, Rain thought of cleaning up the Order of Knights. Rain thought of a trap for the Order of Knights, and after he got his weapon from Gantz, they immediately started the plan that he prepared to punish these people. One night, when Gillette and his companions entered the warehouse, they were immediately attacked until Gillette was the only one left alive. Stella fought against Gillette and immediately defeated him. Edgar was very angry when he found out what happened to Gillette and the other Order of Knights members who were his underlings, so he poured this anger on the female fox. Arios suddenly arrived and wanted to work with Edgar to get rid of Rain. Then he gave Edgar the ring that was believed to be able to kill its target. Arios wanted Edgar to do it himself and punish Rain using the ring. Stella and her companions went to Edgar's house to inspect the whole area. Kanade and Tanya were also there with them to help Stella. The guards did not let them enter, and they sent the other soldiers out of the mansion to fight Stella's group. They fought outside until Tanya blew up the gate of the house, while Edgar was just watching inside the mansion and waiting for Rain. On the other hand, Rain and the twins went to Edgar's victims to save them. The twins used magic to help locate the whereabouts of the victims. Runa noticed something strange as she searched the whole house. She said that there was someone there who also had the power equal to them. Rain immediately suspected that this person was also an ultimate species, so he decided that he would find this person while the twins would rescue those being kidnapped by Edgar. When Rain found the room where this person was imprisoned, he immediately broke the lock and healed her. She introduced herself as Nina, a demigod, and hugged Rain in her joy. Rain was about to remove what Edgar put around her neck, but Nina stopped him because it had a powerful magic. But Rain told her that it was fine and she should just trust him. When he looked at it, Rain found out that it was a magic that subdued and controlled the ones wearing it. But it was almost the same as taming, so he thought that he could use his ability as a beast tamer to overwrite the control on her. It was difficult at first, but Rain managed to pull it off and freed Nina. Meanwhile, Stella's group and the soldiers of the mansion were still fighting. The soldiers decided to take Edgar's victims as hostages, but the twins suddenly arrived. The twins said that they had already rescued the victims and they were now in a safe place. Because of this, their group did not hold on and continued beating the enemies. Edgar told his father to escape first and he said he would take care of everything. When the girls entered the mansion, they also saw Rain carrying Nina. They saw Edgar's father who was trying to escape, so they immediately arrested him. Edgar came out and used the ring given by Arios. From the ring, a Death Reaper appeared that immediately attacked Rain, while Arios was just upstairs in the mansion, very happy about what happened. Then he immediately left, thinking that Rain was dead. But he did not know that the Death Reaper's attack did not affect Rain. They were all surprised and amazed that Rain was not affected even by the attack of a Death Reaper. Because of this, Runa tried to attack Rain with a poison spell, and it did not work on him either. While their group was rejoicing in their victory, Edgar was disappointed that his plans did not work out. Because he was feeling so angry, the ring suddenly released dark smoke and swallowed him. Rain used his fireball to attack this black smoke, but it grew even bigger and a demon came out that Rain immediately recognized as the same one that attacked their village. The demon said that he wanted to show his gratitude to whoever woke him up, for he would reward him with death. But it noticed that he could play a lot with those in the distance, so the demon suddenly flew out of the mansion. Rain was worried because it was going to the center of the city and would target the people there. He told them that he could not let this happen again. When the demon arrived in the city, it attacked the place and destroyed the buildings. Kanade suddenly attacked the demon, and it saw Rain's group from a distance. The demon called for his followers, and they immediately rushed to Rain's group. When they defeated the monsters, the demon summoned more of them. Kanade rushed immediately, but the demon attacked her, which she was not able to avoid. While they were healing Kanade, Tanya fought against the monsters and the demon alone. The demon released an attack and it destroyed different parts of the city. Rain used his fireball, and the twins followed it up with their attack. Rain ordered Kanade and Tanya to strengthen themselves even more. After that, they immediately rushed at the demon, but their attacks were unable to affect the demon despite all the released strength of Kanade and Tanya. The demon summoned flying monsters and more monsters similar to the ones it called before. The monsters left to attack other villages, but the twins thought of a way to save the people while others would fight the demon again. The group of Arios decided not to help fight the monsters and the demon because Arios said that their only enemy was the Demon King. When the twins saw Stella, they begged her to help them send the people to them so they could move them to a safe place. While Rain and the others were following the demon, they were also fighting the monsters that surrounded it. Then the twins began moving the people to safety using their powers. As expected by the twins, there were still those who doubted obeying their request, until the people who knew them, whom they had met and saved before, approached one by one because they trusted the twins. Because of this, other people also agreed to be transferred to the safe place. But before they sent other people to safety, the monsters came. While Rain's group was still fighting, another group of adventurers came as a special request from the guild to back them up in the fight. And with the help of the weapons made by Gantz, the adventurers were more motivated to fight. Because of this, Rain's goal to chase the demon became easy. Sora moved the people by herself while Runa and Stella were fighting the monsters. Nina thought that she needed to help, so she left Sora aside. Meanwhile, Rain's group was having a hard time attacking the demon because it was so far from them. Tanya suggested that they had to use instant teleportation to get close to the demon, but they could not think of a way to do it. When Nina arrived, they immediately thought that she could do this because she was a demigod. Nina understood this, so Rain carried her on this mission. When they got a little closer to the demon, Nina used instant teleportation, which surprised the demon. Rain powered up himself and teleported in front of the demon. When he touched the enemy, he used his magic and succeeded in it. Because of this, he suddenly tamed all the monsters. It turned out that Rain overrode the demon's control over the monsters. Rain commanded the monsters to attack the demon at the same time, and due to the sheer number of these monsters, the demon was unable to fight back. Rain succeeded in defeating it. And that's the end of the story. I hope you like it and give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel so you won't miss newly uploaded videos. Thank you for watching.